is that not recorded?
Yeah, because it's only
I handed
one
out.
lane, one lane.
Does it need new batteries?
No,
I wait and time it,
no, we're
and I
good.
see somebody pull out, and then I got 2 cables. I'm going,
Red light, just so you know, I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No, I haven't.
You just hold it till that comes up. Okay, folks, we'll go ahead and get started here. I'd like to call to order a special meeting for the Lafayette Township Board of Trustees and Fire District. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd at 6:00 p.m. The notice requirements of section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code and implementing rules adopted by the board pursuant thereto were complied with for the meeting. Roll call.
Paroli here?
Fullerton here, and O'Neill is absent. If we could stand for the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We have one item that we need to discuss for tonight, and got notice yesterday morning, right?
Yep.
Around 8:30ish or so is when I got the email. I'm not sure when he sent it, but anyway, with our road department, Dave is retiring, so we kind of knew that a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I wasn't hugely concerned about the one, but
No,
then,
it was gonna be December 31st.
yeah, so we had some time to find
Seasonal
Road-
or something to help with plowing,
part-time,
whatever, yeah.
whatever, right? But then, anyway, so getting back to the email yesterday, our road superintendent, Rick Evans, resigned, gave us 2 weeks' notice. I did not bring his resignation,
Yeah,
so if you wanna read it, that's fine.
Yeah, it just says,
Go
you
ahead.
know, to the
Go
Board of Trustees, please accept this letter of resignation from my position as road supervisor. My last day of work will be 12/12/2025. I appreciate the opportunities to work with the Board of Trustees and the residents while at Lafayette Township, and I wish the new Board of Trustees much success in the years coming. I would like to meet with you at your convenience to discuss the transition of my duties. I have the opportunity for a change in my career and sadly decided it would be in my best interest for me and my family. Sincerely, Rick Evans.
You wanna read Dave's too?
Yeah,
For
Dave.
the record,
Yep.
and then we'll get it done.
And then, you know, David sent us notice November 7th to the Lafayette Township trustees. I, David E. Betts, is submitting this letter to inform you that I am retiring December 31st of 2025.
Okay, so basically, right now, Justin, we have 3 guys for a week and a half.
Right.
We have 2 guys for the rest of the month.
Yep.
But we better jump on something and get some advertisement going, or unless you got some people in mind.
No, well, I mean, I guess the first order was probably, I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Rick Evans
Yep.
and the retirement notification of David Betts.
Yep, I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And then, obviously, that still leaves us with Ben Miller.
Correct.
Who's been with us for a number of years, and, you know, and actually had the opportunity to speak with Rick here recently about, you know, kind of where the department was and what, you know, kind of what he saw going forward. So I think, you know, we've got one really good person in place.
Right.
But obviously you know, right now, snow plowing is gonna be the primary concern for the next couple of months, so, in talking with Ben, I think, we probably want to probably advertise for at least one full-time to start, and then potentially look at additional help with maybe snow plowing. And to segue off of that, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I did talk with, Chief Kavanaugh, cause even in some of those prior conversations with Rick, we talked about, you know, how we were gonna address David retiring.
Mhm.
And he had mentioned that there are a couple of members of the fire department, that have experience operating the plows and could potentially help out. So Chief Kavanaugh, gave me 3 names
Oh.
of people that could potentially help during, you know, snow events and stuff like that with with the roads,
What's their names?
Gabe Smith, Rob
Gabe.
Haas, and Scott Overing.
Gabe, Rob,
And Scott.
Yep.
So, you know, again, I don't know that it's the go-to solution,
Mhm.
but in the short term, you know, they might be able to help fill in should we need assistance with the snowplows, which.
Well,
again,
on
is-
our next event, why don't we just have one or two of those guys in the trucks
Yeah.
and get some
Yep.
training underneath it? Cause we should have, I don't know, we're gonna have a snow event this coming weekend, but I think mid-next week, we're supposed to get hit with another one. So.
Yeah, potentially, and, you know, so I guess the only thing that we would have to address on, if we're gonna do something like that is, obviously, they have their pay scale with the fire department, but this would be service that would be paying them for their hours of plowing. Do we wanna set like like an hourly rate for those guys, or for any seasonal, in case there's, cause I mean, in the short term, it might be beneficial to look at possibly just bringing some people in that have plow experience while we look for somebody that can do, you know, fill in the road department, cause it is kinda two different animals.
Oh, yeah, I would give them part-time rate. What are you thinking? Like,
I mean, based on where we pay the rest of the road
Dave's at
guys,
21, I think.
he was at 22.05 is what he's
22.
retiring at, so I mean, if we wanna just do like 22 an hour for anybody that we have fill in,
Right.
like seasonally, whether it's the three that we mentioned, or, you know, if somebody applies that, you know, say, I can help you out during plow season.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So, do we wanna advertise one full-time and one part-time and just see what happens?
Yeah, I mean, I think those are probably the two most pressing needs, and then we can assess, you know, in the spring.
Full-time
we'll-
doesn't mean it needs to be the superintendent position or work for just.
Correct, I think, you know, my thoughts are, at least in the short term, once Rick, when he finishes on the 12th, you know, would probably just have Ben as the acting supervisor
Mhm.
until a permanent decision can be made there.
Yeah.
So I think we do advertise for, one full-time member of the department, and then put out an advertisement for, you know, part-time assistance during plow season. And then in the spring, we can assess whether we need to go back up to a full three people in the road department, or, you know, if there's a way to supplement that with seasonal help during the summer as well. But I do think, you know, where we're at,
Well-
we will need at least one additional full-time person in the road department.
Right, I'm talking about, yeah, for immediate purposes, right? I'm
Correct.
thinking about in the spring, we just gotta be careful with having too many part-timers, cause then you gotta watch
Right.
their hours and then the workload.
Right, and it very
Yes.
well may be, you know, we hire a full-time member of the team now and then do another one in a couple of months. You know, but I think for right now, the biggest concern is obviously being able to take care of the roads,
Right.
you know, when there's a storm. Plowing is kind of the
Right.
focus for the next couple
Right.
of months.
Now, what other avenues of advertising are you thinking of other than the three that we normally use? The paper, the message board, the website?
Yeah, I
How
mean,
else can we get the word
we
out?
can probably look at doing it, whether it's like Indeed or one of the online,
Yeah, I was thinking.
one of the online sites too.
Well, something that just came to mind, you're gonna advertise for full-time, are you gonna put the rate in there?
I guess it depends on the applicant, right? I mean, we can put a pay range
Yeah.
on there, and then depends on what we get, right? If you get somebody with a ton of experience that looks like they'd be the right person to take the full-time, you know, supervisor role, then we can do that. If it's, you know, if Ben winds up being the one that we, you know, do that, we'll obviously adjust, you know, his pay scale. So I mean, I don't know that we need to put a set in stone,
No,
you know,
Starting
pay range, but
at something.
yeah, just, I mean, I'd probably set it at, you know, starting at 22 and,
yeah,
you know, and then based on,
based on
Experience,
experience,
yeah.
yeah. As long as Kristen knows how to write it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
She's taking notes right now. Okay, good. And then, just so we're clear, in a part-timer right away as well, right?
I think so, just because we don't wanna, you know, I think in talking with Chief about using some of the guys, I mean, they're all paramedics as well, so, you know, we would much prefer to have them staffed in the building here if he needs to for responding to calls, but in a pinch, you know, obviously, you know, keeping the road safe to travel is also a priority for the township, so I think, you know, putting both of those postings up is the way to go.
Right. Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I would just have Kristen use whatever means, I mean, she comes up with something creative.
Yeah.
Just do it,
Yeah,
because, I mean, this is very concerning.
yeah, well, and I mean, we can authorize up to, you know, whatever, I mean, if we're worried about like expenditures for cost of advertising, I mean, we can authorize an amount tonight if need to, I mean, I don't even know that the newspaper is probably the best avenue.
I don't know what like an Indeed or any of those sites cost.
Right,
I can research it first thing tomorrow when I get in. I mean, I can put anything for, you know, I could do the website and the message board.
yeah,
I could do that first thing.
Well, word of mouth's gonna get out there and with the,
Yeah.
you know, around the county if it
Do
hasn't
you need
already,
to
so.
motion the 22 an hour?
well, I mean, I guess we're talking about, how we're gonna do the advertising on it, so I mean, I would just say like, you know, advertise, you know, we'll authorize advertising a full-time road position. You know, up to $500, in expenses to advertise the
Mm.
position, and then that way, if it needs to be more than that, we can
Yeah,
address it, we're meeting again on the 8th.
Yeah,
so I mean,
right.
you know, we can address that there, but at least this way, if Kristen needs to spend some money to get it advertised, we can do that, and then, you know, we'll advertise it starting at 22 an hour based on, and I can work with Rick, cause I had already started to kinda do some, like job description, cause we knew we were gonna need somebody, I was thinking it was just, you know, potentially part-time seasonal help, but, I can work with Rick to get a write-up in there too, so that we can get something done.
Yeah,
But I think we can also put the big full description of the position, you know, on the website, and then where we advertise it, you know, to keep word count down, cause the paper, you know, if we put it in the newspaper, it can be kinda like,
Well, we can just say see the website.
yeah, exactly, like,
Right,
you know,
exactly.
we're hiring for a full-time service department member, see the website for details.
right.
So I would, unless there's something
Yeah,
you wanna
no,
add, I would
no,
go ahead and
that's
motion
good.
that we do
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah, go ahead and motion for that.
Alright. A motion that we advertise for the full-time position as discussed.
Yep, I'll second. All those in favor,
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Speaking of expenditures too, he's got a township credit card with his name on it.
Okay.
I don't know that Sherry Ward has gotten a township credit card.
She is
Well,
not.
Not yet, no.
We need,
Then, yeah.
we need to expedite that.
We can get with, that's through Huntington, so I'll get with our contacts over there and see if they can't speed that up, cause I know she was struggling, dealing with them trying to get them to split it, so the fire department had a separate one anyway, so.
I know, okay, alright. Anything else? I think that,
The only other thing is, do we wanna advertise, you know, do we wanna make a separate motion for advertising part-time?
well, yeah, we can,
Okay.
but I would do it at the same time,
Oh, I got you, yeah.
yeah. So we'll make the motion, I'll make the motion to advertise for part-time, for the same hourly
Gotcha.
rate.
I'll second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And then, I guess, yeah, we'll have to let Rick know, so, but the next snow event, it's gonna be hard to plan with
Sure.
the chief, but I want those people in them trucks, so that.
Yeah, at least get out there and get a little familiar.
You know, that's a lot to ask.
Yep.
Without
And
training.
we'll wanna double check on, insurance and make sure we're good there, but we should be fine since
So we should be
Yeah.
fine there. It's the part-timer, you know,
Yeah.
that's.
the new people
gonna
that we
be-
bring in.
That's gonna be a little more challenging.
service department. And that's all we had on
Yeah,
the agenda.
okay, good.
So-
Good.
If you don't have anything else, I'll make the motion to adjourn.
All right, I'll second. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. It is 6:15.
That's Charlie Brown, isn't it?
Who motioned? Ty?
I did.
You
To
did?
adjourn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Ty seconded.